Everybody look on the screen. This is Kevin Hart. And this video here is not about comedy or anything. It's a serious matter. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip where basically the man you're going to see next is Richard Pryor's bodyguard. And it just shows business. And I'm going to say this in the spirit of love. Our people were so caught up in entertainment. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, the pot is overflowing, but we sitting up here, that's knowledge dropping. We don't got time for that. Okay, it's time to wake the heck up. And this is one thing I've seen this personally. The older man you're going to see speaking, Richard Pryor's bodyguard, he's an older black gentleman. He gets it. But here's the thing. When I say that the older generation has failed, and if it doesn't apply, okay, let it fly. But they have failed, and we don't want to listen. When it comes to listening to our own people, we are the worst. We just think we're the white man in charge. A lot of us think that way, my opinion, and he knows what's best. We think our own don't know nothing, and that's how we're always manipulated, always at the darn bottom. Always at the darn bottom. So, before I play the clip, this right here is Flip Wilson. Okay, he was on some, I guess, a lot of shows, and he did, I guess, like a comedy stuff. I was like a kid. So I just know he did like in the 70s, like, or the 80s, 79 or 80, somewhere in there. So it was like, you can do the research on it. And I did pull him up. He was doing like comedy, sitcoms, things like that. Okay. So yeah, like 79 or 80, I think in that era, he was doing a whole bunch of comedy and, wearing a dress and something about, Geraldine was the main character. So like in our time, we have Tyler Perry, who's done like Medea. Well, Flip Wilson, he has a similar character and he would dress, like the character, the female Geraldine, and kind of like, let you have it, kind of quick with the comeback. That was his character. Okay. Became very rich. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. And again, this man is trying to, I guess, warn Kevin Hart and others because you can see a lot in the background. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, let you listen to it, and then we're going to go ahead and, as they say, we're going to do the numbers. That's what I do. We're going to go ahead and crunch the numbers. And I'm going to need you to tell me, once you hear what he says, keep in mind when it comes to business matters, I've experienced, that's why I keep telling black women, and they can be applicable to black men too, but the responsibility of our people, especially when it comes to parenting, is mainly on the women. I keep telling you to be selfish, because when it's time for you to sit up here and play Miss C and Ada, mama and grandmama, that's fine. It's a good parent, be there for them. But we need to also get to business. And I'm sorry to say that this is just ignorance on display. Many black people, well, they don't want the black folks in their business like that. We don't want to discuss it. But they'll get with those white folks and tell everything, and then so foolish, putting the same trust in the white man and that lawyer. But when you get sick and need a CNA, you call up Brad ass today. Let him come see about you and take you to your doctor's appointment and come cook and clean for you into the grocery store, into the so-called church. It blows my mind. That's why I said, when I hear about old fighting WS, I don't want to. Okay, next. I'm busy watching paint dry. We uphold it every day and don't even know it. Again, we got to own our CHIT. So, let me let you listen to this man. So, here's Flip Wilson, comedian, or was. This man here again, Richard Pryor's bodyguard. And when I hear about black people, when you want to talk business, oh, I don't want to talk about that, or I don't want folks in my business. Well, see, that's when it's time to exit stage left. Because, honey, I'm not about to play Miss CNA for free today. That's when it's time to exit stage left. We put our trust in those other folk, and those other people, like the man said, they know us better than we know ourselves. So without further ado, listen to this man drop some words of wisdom, okay? Here we go.
It's a painful process. I remember when Richard did JoJo Dancer and how hard that was for him.
And he's speaking of Richard Pryor, by the way. I'm not going to play the whole interview, just this part.
it's the same for me, because Flip is dead, and I seen how he was fucked over at the
Now
end
he's
and his
referring.
children.
Now hold on.
In terms of,
He's referring to Flip Wilson. Okay, that's what he was referring to. So listen to what he said. What he's saying.
because Flip is dead, and I seen how he was fucked over at the end and his children. In terms of the moment he died, literally, the wealth was taken and gone. It's gone. It's not even a week. And everything that may have taken whatever amount of time to get there, it was gone within 1 week. You can't come in the house. None of the shit that was in the house, his personal belongings, they, when I say they, I mean white people, literally took everything. They took Flip's children's clothes. They took everything. And that's what I would share with the Kevin Harts and all them, because you think while you're young, you making this money, you got it. They're not waiting while you're young. They wait for you to get sick and dead.
The way I recall, you said that Flip tried to flex that he like owned his
Flip,
home.
no, he owned his home, Grand Central Market downtown LA. When you see how big that shit is, the homes, the buildings that was right. He took me to shit that he owned.
And so how do we end up his stuff being taken?
Because the reason you can take it is who else know you got it? You ain't let nobody black know you got it. You certainly not let nobody in your family got it. We are under the understanding of this is in the will, but you put your enemy in charge of the will. That's who do the paperwork. Your kids don't know. In your mind, they'll get this at the end, but they don't know. Why not let them know now so that you can continue to guide them while you know? So you're going to wait till you die and say, it's not going to go that way. It's not going. Oprah she don't have any kids. She don't have any family. Where does that wealth go to? Now, in her mind, while she's living, my will is directed like this. Your ass is dead now. You think we going to follow that shit? No. It's just in our minds while we living. And they know us better than we know ourselves.
Now, I will say on the Oprah issue, as I understand, Oprah does have an adopted daughter, I believe. Some young African woman has an adopted daughter. That's what I saw. Okay? But that's exactly it. What he just said.
My will is directed like this. Your ass is dead now. You think we going to follow that shit? No. It's just in our minds while we living. And they know us better than we know ourselves.
And they know we get to the point where when it comes to our own family, I don't want them in my business. That's why, and, I don't understand this. That would Aretha Franklin. Love her to death, talented. That with Prince. What the hell? I mean, what's going on here? We have to. That's why I'm telling you, we got to own our chit, our chit, because guess what? The chit ain't working. It amazes me. Out of all that we face, and the one gets some money still can't handle business because why? I'm assuming we'll listen to other people. And I wouldn't be surprised to tell them, well, I want your family to know it's going to cause a lot of problems. And the Negro is sure going to obey. So you heard what he said about Flip Wilson? Within a week, everything was gone. Oh, they quick, ain't it? The Babylonian be quick, begging them be quick. Brad be quick on that money. Who was just dressed up as Geraldine and doing all these shows and stuff? No offense. That's why I did that video on Patreon. I talk about, how we want to, he got all this shit and that. Like the money about the chair with the on the boat. He used the chair. Okay, who invented the chair? Where's the wealth? Where's the wealth transfer for the chair? Oh, he got all this and that. I did the video on Patreon, and maybe some people didn't like it. I understand. That's okay. It's reality. When I said you see some of these wealthy black men, I said that's just a white man's chia pet. white man's chia pet, because the white man got the money. He can decide who gets it, and he makes it rain on a black man. He ain't no threat. White man, some of them I can't say all, but I would say the majority. Oh yeah, white man's chia pet, because it's gonna go back to his community via his woman or some way. White man's chia pet. White man can water and let you get that high and far, because they know it's not going to benefit the community, our own people. Then once the white man water, and you know how that little chia pet, they put some water on it, and that grass grows and grows. Then when the little chia pet time for the demise, white man gonna come back to collect. So this right here, oh, they sure wealthy. It's why I'm not really impressed by it. It's the white man's chia pet, because the white man gonna come collect it in the end. They always do, and I'll have to say in most cases for video purposes. You trying to flex, child? He flexed for the BC white man chia pet. All these wealthy black men, what are they doing for the old men in the community? What are they doing to help other, Now I understand LeBron James does things for the school, but that's not typical in that he's got some black men that he grew up with and they own a building. What's the rest of them doing? That's just one. And we can't use no one just for the whole sake. Because, oh, it's what they doing. That's just one out of millions. Please, bye. So, based on what he said, I did a little checking here, run the numbers. So when Flip Wilson, at the time of death, and he died, I believe in December of 1998. Okay, that's when he died. I believe December 2nd, 1998. That's what my research showed. So at the time, he had a net worth of $6 million, people. $6 million. Let's go ahead and fast forward that. So in today's date, $6 million, those assets would equate, it says $6 million in 1998 would be worth $11,410,266.58. So based on what he said, when he died, they didn't wait around. Oh, he said within a week. He said within a week they came to collect, go get their money.
I just flags that he like owned his.
No, he owned his home. Grand Central Market downtown LA. When you see how big that shit is, the homes, the buildings that was right. He took me to shit that he owned.
And so how do we end up his stuff being taken?
Because the reason you can take it is who else know you got it. You ain't letting nobody black know you got it.
Oh no, I don't want my family. The same thing happened that with James Brown. I saw a documentary, okay, and in the documentary, it said in his will he was leaving the money to the orphans, and the attorney was going to pretty much, distribute the money to the orphans. Boy, bye. You don't think an attorney can just? But you can't tell black folks nothing. Leaving it, you got to be a fool. He gonna leave the money to the orphan. A crooked attorney, anybody crooked gotta say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna set up a foundation. Yeah, I'm gonna set up a foundation for orphans. Gee, what can they then do? Take the estate and write a check to that foundation that they control. Well, the black folks don't know about it. How are you gonna check? And some of us are lazy. Oh well. See, if it was me, okay, so you own the foundation. Well, can you show us where you wrote the check? Okay, what's the address? I want to visit the foundation and pay my respects to. I want to. I'm gonna want to check up. Yeah, the foundation. Let's check the accounting on the foundation. They know we're not. Most of us not thinking that way. We'll just take whatever they say. Well, he gave it to a foundation, but no me. Okay, so what's the name of the foundation? Then what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna maybe hire someone to find out who's behind the foundation. It better not be this attorney. It might be an LLC. We can't. They know we're not gonna see on each other. We'll research each other all day long and bring each other down. But on them, well, we got a little lackadaisical attitude. When it's what they said. When I heard that on the documentary, so James Brown wants the money to go to orphans. As Negro, I take every black kid in your family must be well paid, and the attorney gonna oversee that. Well, I'm gonna need to see the orphanage. Which one is it? We'd like to see the financials. Are you filing tax returns on this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do some digging. You're not just gonna tell me something. Oh, okay. It's a friend of mine. I said, what they're doing doesn't make any sense in the situation. I said, doesn't make any sense. I said, do you see? I said, stop right now. This paper, it doesn't make any sense. What you got going on? I said, here's what I can tell you. I said, I can tell you from what you're telling me right now. I said, I already have an idea what's going on. I said, I already checked into the company. Oh, they're getting a lot of money from the government, and you need transparency. I said, so I can see what I think they're doing. My opinion in this company. I said, some shady. You're not gonna tell me I'm gonna sign a contract, but I can't get a copy of it. But here's an NDA. You know, lost your rabbit behind mine. I'm gonna need a copy of both of them. Because if I can't get a copy of the contract that I signed, I'm like, this is making this. You can read it, but no, 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 no. I'm gonna need a copy. It doesn't. That's not how it works. I said, I can already tell you right now what you're telling me. They've been cheating a lot of people. They've been cheating a whole lot of poor people out of a lot of money. That's my opinion. What you're saying is nonsensical. You can't get a copy of it, but you can get a copy of the NDA you signed. Well, if I can get a copy of the contract and I can't go back and read through it in case I have some questions, how would I know to honor the NDA? Boo boo. It's no. Think everybody's stupid, and most of the people there are black. I said I can see what's. I said I have an opinion as to what's going on. So this here, they know how we think. While we're sitting up upchucking and being entertained, they're sitting back watching, studying. They have a playbook. The playbook is working. Look how many. Look, to think, I'm willing to bet you, given the value of Aretha Franklin's estate, I can tell you right now, when you crunch those numbers, sweetie, I can guarantee you, the executive of the will, the administrator, they've got to pay more money off Aretha Franklin's estate and Prince than the black family. You want to bet? I can guarantee you they have. We don't want folks in our business. I got something going on right now. But what they don't know is surprise, surprise, boo boo. White grandmama, she done already told me from day one what's up on the inheritance side. She didn't pull I don't want them. Why I don't want them in the business. No, white grandma done already told me. Me, ma already hit me on to what's up. Hence the haterade and the shade. I already know. But see, black community, we want to have some secrets. We want to have some secrets. I don't want them in my business. So Flip Wilson, basically, 6 million. Can you? And that's a 98. Wow. I wonder how much Kevin gonna give. How much Kevin gonna give him?
At the end, and his children.
How was he after?
So one last time. That's why that's why it's black going to be selfish. Had a conversations because we're not going to sit up here and play. Oh, I got to handle this and all of that, and then they come in and just take what's left. I don't want I don't want to cause any problem. Well, guess what? Like I said, we're not going to sit up here and play CNA and Made Today. Baby. No, no, no. That's why I tell you to be selfish. So when it's time, when those things happen, it's time to have those conversations because life is business. I'm not going to play CNA and I gotta stop what I'm doing and I understand take care of the elderly. But when it comes to assets, they don't want to have that conversation. They let you know right then and there you get ready to get played. And you gonna get a blessing. I don't see it being a blessing when you sitting up here and got played. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. What's the blessing? You done did all the hard work and then somebody that's coming and swoop and just take all the benefits.
And even if they turned you on to it,
so one more
turn your
time.
back on them.
So here we go. Listen to this.
They know that. It's a painful process. I remember when Richard did JoJo Dancer and how hard that was for him. It's the same for me because Flip is dead and I seen how he was fucked over at the end and his children.
How was he fucked over?
In terms of the moment he died, literally, the wealth was taken and gone. It's gone. It's not even a week. And everything that may have taken whatever amount of time to get there, it was gone within 1 week. You can't come.
So they already showed up. Boy, they keeping up with you, aren't they? They keeping up with
In
you.
the house. None of the shit that was in the house, his personal belongings. They, when I say they, I mean white people, literally took everything.
Wow.
They took Flip's children's clothes.
Wow.
They took everything. And that's what I would share with the Kevin Harts and all, because you think while you're young, you making this money, you got it. They're not waiting while you're young. They wait for you to get sick and dead.
The way I recall, you said that Flip tried to flex that he like owned his home.
No, he owned his home. Grand Central Market downtown LA. When you see how big that shit is, the homes, the buildings that was right. He took me to shit that he owned.
And so how do we end up his stuff being taken?
Because the reason you can take it is who else know you got it. You ain't let nobody black know you got it. You certainly not let nobody in your family got it. We are under the understanding of this is in the will, but you put your enemy in charge of the will.
I don't want them in my business like that. I have honestly heard that in the BC. Well, I don't want anybody in my business. But those other folk, you don't mind them being in your business, do you? See, again, we gotta own our shit. Then we sit up here, all this wealth, all this money. I mean, and I thought about it. All the black entertainers and the sports and all this here. What's going on? So, Flip, you pretty much gave him $6 million. I wonder how much, if Kevin gonna give him. We gotta own our CHIT. It's not working. All this old school, we're passing down just generational dust, generational poverty. I don't want them in my business. I don't want to cause a problem. And those other folk, again, that's why I'm doing this video. They already know the mindset. They have a man, they got a playbook. The playbook, it's been working beautifully. Not one of them put a dress on and played Geraldine like Flip Wilson. Not one. Not one of them was doing all those talk shows, and I believe once he was on, but it looks like Saturday Night Live. Not one of them did all that work. What for? Might as well be a chia pet. Not spending all the money. A little chia pet. And when you drop dead, Brad Hand and Becky gonna be on deck to reclaim the wealth. Because why? Oh, we don't want nobody black to know in the family. I don't want them in my business like that. I don't understand it. Well, no, yeah, I do. Like children. Like children. Unbelievable. So I guess it's safe to say, based on that, I would say Flip gave him $6 million. Again, Kevin, how much you gonna give him? Let me know what y'all think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.